All right, how's it, everybody? Looks like we've got some folks in the house. However, I just noticed my tech is all weird and I can't see the chat. I think I know how to fix it. But right now, if you're here, I can't really read what's going on. I'm going to say it looks like Elaine's here. Aloha, Elaine. I can see that on my screen right here. But normally where I'm looking at over here, where I've got the big chat in the big letters with the big for the bad eyes, it's not there. So hold on. What a horrible, horrible way to start this show. Fantastic. All right. I think I've got my chat back. Yes, I was right. It was Elaine in the house. Good to see you, Elaine. My eyes, they're not very good, but they're good enough apparently. All right, I got my chat back. Let's get this started right, hey? All right, looks like eMusic is here as well. Fantastic. All right, if you guys are here and I'm here, it must be 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, and 8 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and it looks like we've got a couple folks already waiting in the Statter box. Kenny from the Cove saying aloha to Mad Statter and Statterbox crew, Elaine, and eMusic. There might be other people there who haven't shown face yet, so I can't say hi to them, but hey, if you're K-Crew, I can't see you, but hello, and I'm super stoked you are here. All right, so now that we got off to a rocky start, let's see if we can get this party started the right way. Okay, it looks like while we were getting that Black Cat intro flowing, Darlene decided to show face. Good to see you, Darlene. Glad that you can make it here. Rick also in the house. Fantastic. All right, so looks like we got the usuals here, and the usuals know just how it goes at the beginning. I'm always curious, even though there's nothing anybody can do about it. We know we're at 720. Do we have the little gear? Can we turn it down for people who need to turn it down? We can't go higher than 720, but some folks might need it lower. So we'll see if we've got a tech check situation coming in. And let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to one another. Oh, wow. It looks like we've got some snow in Wisconsin. That doesn't really surprise me too much, but it sounds like Wisconsin hasn't necessarily gotten the snow that they're used to this year. So maybe it's about time they get a little OD. And it looks like Rick is coming in with that gear check. And we do have the gear for a lower speed for folks who need it. All right, then. So if you're here and I'm wonkier than usual because Twitch is being twitchy, go find that little gear, lower your resolution or lower your input speed or lower whatever it is that gear does, and hopefully we'll be a little bit less twitchy. Can't promise anything because Twitch does whatever it is that Twitch wants to do. Okay, now another thing here that I'm hoping for your input on, and let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, how far are you from the flooding out there? Oh, well, interesting you should ask that. No risk of flooding where I am at. In fact, I've got a video today to sort of show you why there's no risk of flooding where I am at. That being said, I do have another video that I meant to pull. So if we've got time and we've got a lag in the conversation, I might have you guys watch me try to pull up the video that I was gonna show you guys of some pretty impressive raging rivers that are flowing through the capital city of Washington, Olympia, Washington, and the neighboring town, Tumwater. Tumwater is technically where the Olympia Brewery Company brewing building is, even though I know it's Olympia, right? Yeah, well, the beer was brewed next door in a different town called Tumwater, and I've got a video from the river that runs outside the brewery, and I'll tell you what, you don't want to get caught in the river. You don't want to go rafting today. Not even close. You don't even want to go near the river today. And if we got time, I will show you the pictures why. And it looks like eMusic is telling Rick mountains of snow, over 30 inches. Whoa, in 24 hours last week, with more to come. Wow, it sounds like you guys are getting all the snow that you should have gotten throughout the whole winter all at once. That is a lot. Tum 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 Tum. Love that old Olympia beer commercial. I'm not sure I know which one you're talking about, so I might have to go looking down a little rabbit hole for that. Really, I don't really remember any old Olympia brewery commercials. It's all about the Rainiers, the motorcycle one with the gears, and then the wild Rainiers running through the forest. But as far as like an Olympia beer commercial, I don't know if I remember any of those. I might have to go down a deep rabbit hole and see if we can come up with some little streams to video clips to pull, and I'm sure YouTube will just be like, copyright strike, copyright strike, copyright strike. But that's okay, because YouTube gives you an opportunity to mute out or delete out all of the things. Whereas Twitch, apparently, well, I don't know what they do for copyright strikes on Twitch. I've never had one, but for other things, Twitch doesn't let you make it right. They just make you go away for 3 days. But it looks like eMusic knows what you're talking about, Picola T. Let's see here. Olympia had that old ditty that was probably not appropriate today because it was supposed to sound Native American. I thought that was Hamm's. Hamm's the beer refreshing. Hamm's the beer refreshing. Hamm's. With the panda or something. But I suppose I wouldn't be surprised if multiple beer commercial or beer brands had, traversed that questionable path sometime in the 60s or 70s or 80s, maybe even 90s. I don't think there was commercials for Olympia beer in the 90s, but and Rickfoot is available to make a beer commercial. That would be perfect. That would be wonderful. Let's see, Rick, I can't remember what the beer was that we saw in your hand. I want to say it was a Miller High Life, but I don't think it was. But I do want to think that it was sort of a gold-colored can. But I do think that I make stuff up in my head a lot, so curious. So eMusic, that's the right on the beer commercial. Okay, so that wasn't Oli, that was Hamm's. Now, they might have been made by the same brewery, and they might have even tasted the same, but Hamm's Beer Refreshing was the panda one, and it was the cartoons. And the reason why I remember this is because it was my favorite cartoon, or one of my favorite beer commercials when I was a kid, because it was a cartoon. The other beer commercial that I loved when I was a kid was the Schlit'z Malt Liquor Bull, which I don't even think they make Schlitz Malt Liquor anymore. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I loved it when the bull would come. I don't even remember what the premise was, but where the bull would just come rushing through the bar walls and just tearing down the walls. I love the Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull. Hey, Cindy Krause, excelente, good to see you. Kenny from the Cove, your friend Leo, and you used to sneak out Hamm's beers from his dad's garage fridge. I'll tell you what, dude, those garage fridges are the best, because as long as you don't overdo your sneaking, the parents are just like, huh, I could have sworn, well, maybe, those garage fridges, that's where you get the good stuff. Okay, so it was Leinenkugel beer. Cabin local kind, until Miller bought them out. Well, hey, I said it was a Miller can, Miller High Life, so somehow my spidey beer senses must have known it or something, maybe. Darlene, Kenny, you and Rick sound the same with sneaking beers. Well, what else are you supposed to do with the garage fridge beers? Just let them sit there? I mean, come on, let's get real. When you're a kid, you got to do what you got to do. Speaking of being a kid, I saw this on my Facebook feed today, right before the show, and I know, it's like, it's bordering on a topic that we don't necessarily want to talk about, but it also made me laugh because we didn't use these as bomb shelters per se as a child, but we did use them as earthquake shelters. So I'm just wondering, how many of you remember this bomb shelter back in the day when bomb shelters were a thing that needed to be needed? Anyone remember this bomb shelter? A popular bomb shelter, as it were. Probably the most popular bomb shelter in existence. Yeah, you can order them apparently now today. So, duck and cover. That's right, Facola tea. Now, for us, we didn't necessarily have the bombs to worry about. It was more earthquakes, but still, from earthquake to nuclear fallout, this here, right here, it's gonna protect you. It's gonna get it. You're gonna be safe as long as you get under your desk. Isn't that right? Isn't that how? Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know why. Yours was wood, but the design was the same. Exactly. Yeah. These are the classic school desks. I'm so glad to know that it wasn't just my school my school system that had that classic design. You had your little crayon box or whatever, and by the end of the school year, there was stuff just crammed back there from the first day of school, and all the papers that you didn't bring home and all the homework you meant to turn in. And oh really, Darlene, you used to have drills where we had to move to the lower level by the cafeteria. Well, my school, see, where I grew up, all of the schools, there's no two-story schools where in my school district growing up, schools were all one floor. So basically you're stuck, you're stuck under your desk. But going downstairs, that seems like a little bit more of a bomb sheltery maneuver than, say, get under this piece of aluminum and fiberboard. I guess it's probably not aluminum. It might have actually been real metal back in the day. Hey, and where? Good to see you. And then, let's see here. Kenny. All right, hold on. Let's go back. So not only was this a bomb shelter, this is an earthquake protectant and a tornado shelter. This is one of the most utilitarian and versatile pieces of furniture that you are going to ever find. And yeah, okay, those desks were steel, not aluminum. That's a good point, Anware. And good to see you, Anware. I was just getting a little bit of a giggle out of this meme that I saw today, so I thought I'd share it with you. And Bacola tea, yes, when I was in high school, more worse, when you had to, they had those desks that were attached to the chair and hard to crawl underneath, that kind. Yeah, especially since those ones in my school sometimes had little metal racks under the chair for you to like put your books or whatever. That's impossible. And you're feeling my pain, Bacola tea. Exactly. More worse is they had mostly right-hand desks, and for when you're left-handed, like it sounds like you are as well as I, those desks are ridiculously useless to you, basically. Darlene, yeah, I really don't see how that desk could protect anyone from one bomb. I agree. I still think, though, I still thought that meme was hysterical. So Kenny, everybody's right. It's steel with aluminum legs and laminated particle board tops. Yeah, basically, yeah, there you go. Because it was definitely not solid wood on the top, at least not on mine. I have no doubt that there might have been some higher quality desks back in the day that had the solid wood. Mine, not so much at all. But hey, okay, so Anne is in the house, which reminded me of something that I did the other day, and I thought I would beat this horse until it is dead. After we've got this dead horse, we're gonna beat it some more, because that's what I do. So, I made a tater tot casserole the other night. Yeah, that's right. Tater tot casserole. Again, still, we're talking about this. All right, so I made a tater tot casserole a couple nights ago, and I had an epiphany. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. We don't have to talk about it for a very long time. But, okay. So, tater tot casserole traditionally, is the casserole dish, and then you lay your tots down like little logs, and you lay them either neatly or not. But what if you don't lay your tots like logs? What if you prop them up like stumps? and you put them perpendicular instead of horizontal. Well, I did that, and you get more tot to filling ratio, and the tots get crispier. So it takes more tots to cover, but there's more surface area to crisp up, and you have more tot to filling. Frankly, I think I might have invented the next level of, more crunchy surface area. Yay, Picola T, you're picking up what I'm laying down, right? And it looks like Photo Luke, you are in the house. So good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. We were talking about Generation X bomb shelters. You probably remember desks like this and having to hop under them. But now we're talking about food, because that's what I always talk about, right? And Darlene, thank you so much. It's ingenious. Never thought of that. Yeah, it didn't occur to me until, so I had this leftover slop, for lack of a better term. It was a ground beef mixture with some tomato sauce, some spinach, corn, random vegetables. Wasn't really a chili, wasn't really a whatever. I don't really know. It was just leftover stuff that it was like, I don't know what I want to do with it. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just make a tater tot casserole. But the container that I had it in was really tiny. And so I laid the tots out traditionally in the log fashion. And I was like, well, I want more than 5 tots, because there was only room for 5 tots. It was a small container. And I was like, I want more than 5 tots. And then I was like, hey, I think I know how to make more room than 5 tots. And so I put everything up like little stumps, and I added 3 more tots. So I got 8 tots. And, dude, I'll tell you what, dude, pardon me. Did I mention dude? Dude, it was the best. So I strongly suggest that if you ever do decide to venture down the tater tot dish path, you really should go for Stumps Not Logs, if that makes sense. So, the Jedi Master of Tots. There we go. I love it. Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite ain't got nothing on me. And Darlene, yeah, it was Darlene, it was a great way to improve on the leftovers, because honestly, that slop, I was so annoyed at myself. I have a tendency to, there's a lot of leftovers. I'm single. I don't eat the entire thing when I make it, So I have a lot of leftovers, and then I have a tendency to mix leftovers with leftovers to make a new dish, but sometimes that doesn't work out, and then I end up with a pile of stuff that I just don't really like. So then I add more to it to see if I can make it better, but what I really end up doing is making something I don't like more. It's just why do I keep doing this? And so I had this slop left from a bad string of decisions, and it was somewhat edible, but I was kind of tired of, I was just, and I thought, well, okay, this might work. And I'll tell you what, also, I know that the traditional is the cream of mushroom soup for the tater tot casserole, but honestly, a tomato-based sauce with your beef with the tater tots, kind of good, actually. So there's that. And then, yeah, exactly, and more tots you must have. That is exactly it. And where I bet there's a tater tot convention out there somewhere, you can enter the hot dish contest. I could, and I don't necessarily know if my hot dish would be the best, but I do think that I would at least get honorable mention for the technique. Because seriously, the stump versus the log is the game changer when it comes to the tot casserole. It really is. Because because there's less surface area laying in the wet filling, basically. And yeah, Darlene, exactly. It does sound good, doesn't it? The tomato base over the creamy base. Honestly, even though that was leftover gloppy stuff that I probably won't make on purpose again, I will say that next time I make a tater tot casserole on purpose, I probably will go down the path of tomato base instead of the traditional cream of mushroom, which I understand in Minnesota might get me arrested. And I get that. That's why I stay out of those state lines. I'm not going to cross the state line. Are you kidding me? There's probably a warrant out for my arrest just talking about using a tomato base instead of a cream base. But yeah, the tomato base, really highly recommend that as well. And let's see here. So, yeah, who knew the WOA Festival Queen was also a top master? Well, I can tell you that the WOA Festival Queen doesn't like to throw away her leftovers. So if she's got to use tots to make her leftovers edible, there you go. And yeah, exactly, Picola Tea, like French fry with ketchup. Of course, why wouldn't the tomato base be acceptable? And I'm sure I'm not the first one to do that, but I think I might be probably not the first person to do the stumps instead of the logs, but I'm going to pretend that I'm the first person to do the tater stumps instead of the tater logs. There you go. Kenny from the Cove, you humbly suggest a tater tot emote for the statter chat. I don't know how a tater tot... Okay, so many thoughts. First off, that's a good idea. And a tater tot is simple enough that it could, in theory, translate to a good emote. But I'm going to have to go on a search for a graphic that makes it obvious it's a tater tot. Like a cartoon of something that's just oh, that's clearly a tater tot. Because I think if we just used a picture of a tater tot, it might not be. It's well, what's that little golden nugget of, what is that? Is that earwax? But if we could find a good cartoon of a tater tot, I think that you might be onto something there. Yeah. And Rick, thank you so much. It has to be said, the background music you're listening to is Lono, and support Lono Music at lonomusic.com. Yes, and also, just as importantly, if not more so, I meant to ask this earlier. I adjusted some settings. I turned my mic up half a notch, turned the music down just a smidge, and I'm not really sure if my levels are good. I feel like my voice might be too loud. In fact, I really feel like my voice might be too loud. So let me know what all you all think about that situation. And okay, cool. Darlene is definitely in the Tater Tot emote fan club. Perfect. Okay, so Picola Tea, your levels think that Picola Tea knows how to think things, but I don't know how to say things. Let me try that one more time. Picola Tea says levels sound perfect out here. Excellent. Good to know. And yeah, and also, like Picola Tea, Darlene, some people do like their tots or their fries dipped in ketchup. I am one of those people, but when it comes to tater tot casserole, I don't know. I think that the tomato instead of the creamy is the route to go. The ketchup instead of the mayo, so to speak. So, yeah. So that's so cool. So glad we're having these conversations, and I'm so glad that you are here to put up with my little tot obsession. I know that, like I said, we have beaten this topic to death and then some. We beat it to death, we beat it to bring it back to life, and now we're beating it to death again. Rick, yeah, Shock would definitely say turn Lono way up and Mad's Dad way down. But, you know, we have to compromise here. And Kenny's saying that the voice sounds good to me, but you spent last night 5 feet away from Dropkick Murphy's speakers. Yes, and Picola Tea, you're asking, was it a great concert? Well, I cannot speak for Kenny, but I can show you a couple things because Kenny shared these things on the social medias, and he sent me this picture too. First off, DKM, that's Dropkick Murphys, and Kenny from the Cove went to go see Dropkick Murphys last night at Stubbs Barbecue. This is the Dropkick Murphys, very large band from Boston, traditional type Irish music, and not only did he go see them, you want to know where he was? You want to know where Kenny was when he got to see them? He was in the VIP lounge. You know what we were looking at right there? We're looking at the stage from where Kenny was. That's where Kenny got to watch the show. And they had their own bar. I mean, like, up in the VIP lounge. Could you ask for anything better than that? Just looking down at the flippin' stage like that. And by the way, Thomas the Turtle, good to see you. We are talking now about the Dropkick Murphys and what Kenny did last night and all the fun that Kenny had at the Dropkick Murphys show. Part of the reason why I had to come back to this picture is because I see that Ann Ware says, "Hello, banjo player." And I didn't even really look at the banjo player, and yeah, hello, banjo player. What do you know? Although, I don't know. I think the guy on the far left, he's probably... Is he wearing a hat? I don't know if he's wearing a hat. The one in the black on the far left, I don't know. He's kind of cute to me. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. And we're all being jealous of the view that Kenny got last night watching the Dropkick Murphys. So, frankly, Kenny, I'm kind of surprised that you're recovered enough to be here. I haven't been to a concert in I don't know how long, and I have no doubt in my mind that I would probably take days to recover. And B, I'm surprised you're able to hear anything. Let's see here. Kenny from the Cove. That's Dropkick Murphys bass player and lead singer, Ken Casey. You have the same name. How cool is that? Nice. And where he's notable as well. How you doing, Capman? Well, hello, nurse. Exactly. So let's see here. Oh, hey, Kenny. So, okay, you have the same name. I don't suppose you had a chance to meet him, because I know that you wanted to meet him and let him know, like, hey, my name is your name. We're John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmitz. So I'm wondering if you got to meet him or not, but I'm sure if you did get to meet him, I probably would have seen that on your social media post, because I would have posted it if I were you. I don't know. So, and where you're so silly. Well, come on. I mean, it kind of is harmless to have rock star crushes on random musicians or actors. Who does it hurt, right? I mean, come on. You can hello banjo man in my company all the time, because I'll find some other the Cap man, I'll be saying hello too. There you go. So no, Kenny, you didn't get to meet him yet. Exactly. So, I'm not sure what Rick is talking about here about being a really long winter instead of being silly. Exactly. So, Ann Ware, yes, it's my right as a fan. Now, I'll have to become a fan. That is it. All right, cool. God, Photo Luke, I love that little animated thing that your little emote. I need to figure out how you did that. And then, Kenny from the Cove, that's right. VIP balcony was a free upgrade from the manager at Stubbs when they saw that Kenny was with a walker. And that is totally true. Now, I'm not suggesting you fake an injury. I'm not suggesting you rent a walker or rent a wheelchair, but I can tell you that when I broke my ankle and I went to a Black Crowes show with my wheelchair, boy, oh boy, do you get treated like royalty when you have some sort of mobile equipment that helps you get around. Suddenly the venue is all about making sure you got the good seats, you got the safe seats, you got the protected upper good view seats. I am telling you. And Ann Ware, yes, Mad Statter called you thirsty the other day. Just silly. Well, Ann, the only reason, I've said it before and I'll say it again, if I'm pointing a finger at you, that only means there's 3 fingers pointing right back at myself. So, yeah, you might be thirsty, girl. But, look who's, pot calling kettle. Yeah, Photo Luke, you really did get lucky with making it work, because it's so tiny, yet it's so clear. There's not any blurring. I really like that, yeah. Exactly what Thomas the Turtle's throwing down, and a lot of those other ones too. See, mine aren't nearly as fancy as all those other ones. All right, well, one day. But But I haven't been focusing on my emotes, even though I've got 5 of them coming pretty soon, and I really do need to be focusing on some emotes. Instead, last night, I got on a little bit of a manic binge or something. I'm not quite sure what happened. Didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning this morning. Had to get up, go to work. Now I'm here, and I'm a little bit stupid. Anne says she's silly. That's cool, Anne. You're silly. I'm stupid today. So, let's just see how this works. And after this silly broadcast, I'm supposed to go to a party, and I don't really want to. And I know there's first world problems, but I'm feeling a little anxious about going. It's my first party since, and I'm feeling a little anxious. But it's my boss's birthday party, so I feel like I have to go. And it's just down the street from my house, so I kind of have to go. And oh my God, Thomas the Turtle, you are just, okay, feed me tacos, feed me pizza. I don't know what's in that box, but you can feed me that too. And then my butt will get fat like a peach. Yep, that's the story of my life right there. You can keep the octopus. I don't really like taco, so no octopus for me. But yeah, all that other stuff, put it in my belly. Put it in my belly right now. But to circle back, because I'm getting a little bit scattered here, Kenny asked me, am I risking flooding? And I said no. And here is a little video, and to show you basically the ridge that I live on. We're going to be starting at almost sea level at the Duwamish River industrial area. And then basically we're going to be heading roughly straight west over the hill and then down another hill to a different watershed. But that ridge that we'll be crossing, A, it's full of beautiful fall colors, and B, it is the start of what is known as the High Line. The High Line Ridge is what I live on, what I work on, and the High Line goes basically from the tip of West Seattle all the way down through to Federal Way, which means nothing to people who live elsewhere. But what I can tell you is that high ridge of land spans over multiple counties and is probably 30 plus miles long. And I am at like literally the top of this ridge. So there's essentially the only risk of flooding I would have is if there's some sort of like catastrophic sewer or drainage issue. And even then I can't see it happening. So yeah, okay, so, and everybody's telling me, go to the party, and, because says Kenny, you probably want to show face for that, and where, yeah, good foray back to real life, tiny steps, it's just the boss's party, Coca-Cola tea, go to the party, all right, you guys, I'll try to go to the party. And then Picola T says that Highline Ridge is really obvious when you're flying into SeaTac Airport. Sorry, geography nerding. No, I'm super stoked. Don't apologize to me. I mean, apologize to whoever you want, but don't apologize to me. Yeah, it is. It's a geographical feature that literally has school districts named after it, colleges named after it, businesses named after it. I mean, a hospital named after, several hospitals actually, now that I think about it, named after it. It is a significant high line. And so, Thomas the Turtle, that's a cute little heart snake. I love the little heart snake. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now I'm going to show you my magnificent, okay, it's really not that magnificent, but it's still pretty fall colors from the same day, I think, as most of the other footage that you guys have seen, but a different part of town. And so, yeah, let's enjoy that. Or maybe we won't enjoy it, but let's watch it anyway.
The snowflakes fall as winter calls, and time just seems to fly. Is it the loneliness in me that makes me want to cry? My heart is sad like a mourning dove that's lost his mate in flight. Hear the cooing of his lonely heart to the stillness of destiny will find you made a friend in me, and I'll be yours.
Okay, we're having multiple technical difficulties. Let's try this one more time, shall we? All right, let's try this one more time. Now I can't even find it. Oh, here we go.
That's lost his mate in flight. Hear the cooing of his lonely heart to the stillness of the night. Whispering pines, whispering pines, tell me, is it so? Whispering pines, whispering pines, you're the one who knows, darling, she's gone, oh, she's gone, and I need your sympathy. Whispering pines, send my baby back to me. See that squirrel up in the tree, his mate there on the ground. Hear their barking call of love, of the happiness they found. Is my love still my love? Oh, this I gotta know. Send a message by the wind, because I love her so. Whispering pines, whispering pines, tell me, is it so? Whispering pines, whispering pines, you're the one who knows, darling, she's gone, oh, she's gone, and I need your sympathy. Whispering pines, send my baby back to me. Whispering pines, send my baby back to me. Gaze into the night sky and see all the diamonds lit up silently, and the moon that will rise, and then realize we are stardust in each other's eyes. We're all made up of all the universe has known. Take the long and the winding road home, the path that is taken alone. Far away they will hear somewhere over and stories are told. The songs and the memories of gold in 2110. We all need some place to stay as the days and the night fade away and the years go by oh so fast, and change is a constant reminder we are the same. We are the same. It's okay if we treat each other well. It's okay if we had a bad day. It's okay if we sing out, play ukulele. Maybe that's what we needed to hear. Maybe that's why the people are here. Hear a sweet song. We all need some place to stay as the days and the nights fade away and the years go by oh so fast, and change is a constant reminder we are the same. We are the same.
Alrighty, so up over the ridge, back down. Thank you so much, Thomas the Turtle. Yeah, that was one part of the High Line. The High Line actually, like I said, it goes from Federal Way up north, pretty much direct north-south orientation, and then the northernmost tip is in West Seattle, and in the northernmost tip actually sort of snake tongues, it forks, and in the middle of that is where we ended, which is in the Delridge Valley, and there's a Longfellow Creek runs up the Delridge Valley, and Longfellow Creek, fun fact, is the longest uninterrupted, undiverted, unculverted creek system in the city of Seattle's limits. So and I happen to, and that's where Delridge is a street that runs basically parallel to the creek. And so yeah, we go, that's little up and over the ridge. So as you can see, very, very, very little chance of flooding other than random street, sewage drainage type, or not sewage, I guess, but, drainage issues from street level. That basically is the biggest threat that I would have, and that is a very unlikely threat because my house is built on a hill, and pretty much all slopes are away from my house, and so it's beautiful beautiful thing. I didn't choose my house with that with all the slopes going away. It wasn't until after Katrina that I realized, yeah, I like how my house is situated. So yeah, kind of got lucky that way. And it looks like we've got some Prel getting thrown about. The smell of Prel in the morning reminds you of victory. There we go. That is right. So I want to thank everybody. I don't think I thanked everybody typing. So I know Darlene threw down some biddies. I know that Kenny and Andre were throwing down some biddies. And let me see who else I might have missed. Looks like, okay, yeah, Anne. I thought Anne threw some down. And I think Darlene threw some down. And Thomas the Turtle threw some down. And I didn't throw down them. I just threw down some Mahalos. And let's see here. Yeah, Kenny from the Cove and Andre and Darlene. And more Kenny, etc. And if I have missed you, I am so sorry. But I do want to say thank you so much for that generous donation. We are in a hype train already again. And we fully finished the level 1, which is supremely awesome. And yeah, we're rolling on. I have to finish it. Rolling on the river. There we go. All right, we're done there. And it looks like Anne just threw down a couple more little birthday cupcakes. Happiness celebration, 200 biddies. And of course, Kenny from the Cove's got his Dropkick Murphy Shamrock biddy action going down. I love it. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you for putting up with basically, videos of pretty much the exact same thing, which is pretty leaves. As I mentioned last time, the right now in my area, so Wisconsin's got about 18 billion feet of snow, and in my area I've got like 18 billion inches of rain coming. We've got what's known as a pineapple well, they don't call it a pineapple express anymore, they call it an atmospheric river, but basically it's what we used to call a pineapple express, which is a large band of water coming from the south, Hawaii, across the ocean and dumping it all here. And so since I think Sunday, we've had constant rain. And so it's basically just been rainy. And so, watching these little colorful videos reminds me, oh, that's right. It is pretty here sometimes. And it also reminds me I need to start getting prepped because eventually soon the springtime blooms will happen, and in our area the springtime blooms oftentimes get tricked into blooming only to be blown off the trees with the next rainstorm and windstorm, so they don't stay on the trees very long. So when the bloom season starts, you basically have to be ready to roll. And so I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm prepped for that, because one day all the blooms will be on the trees, and then within the next hour it'll be pink snow falling on the ground because all of the blossoms have fallen off the trees. And yeah, Darlene, on Sunday I'll have to let you know how the work boss party goes. Oh, so much pressure. I guess I have to go now. But actually, I could talk about it on Sunday, and I probably will, but we could even talk about it on Saturday, because Saturday, as you probably know, is Statterbox at the cinema, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 4 p.m. Hawaii, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And this Saturday, for what I was just talking about, Statterbox at the cinema, yeah, that, we're going to watch Napoleon Dynamite. So, and if I had Napoleon Dynamite's DVD cover within arm's reach, I'd show it to you right now, but I don't. So instead, we're just going to say, Tater Tots, Napoleon Dynamite, this Saturday. I don't know what's going on with my voice there, but yeah, exactly. And it's all about the tots. And Andre, you had the driest January and February in San Francisco since the 1840s. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, everybody's weather is all sorts of things and stuffuses. Until the Pineapple Express came, we were like 2.5 inches under our average for February. And then the first day of the Pineapple Express, like 4 inches of rain got dropped or whatever. So we're good now. We're good now. And yes, Rick, I did change my calendar to March. I actually changed both the calendars that I have to March yesterday. It's the first time, I think, in my life ever that I've actually changed the calendar on the first day of the month like I'm supposed to. Because I can tell you, the last time I changed the calendar, which was in February, was probably like 3 weeks into February. I decided, maybe it's not January anymore. Maybe I should look at the February page. So there you have it. Let's see here. And so Kenny from the Cove, be sure to take pics at tonight's party so we can celebrate your return to live human gatherings. We'll see. See, the thing is the party started at 4, and so it's almost 6 here now, my time. And I'm not going to probably get there till close to 7. And most of these people, let's see how to put this. They like their red wine. And I am not going to take any pictures with red wine stain on the lips. It's just not flattering at all. So we'll see, I mean, like I said, they all like their red wine. And yeah, exactly, Darlene. I think you're picking up what I'm laying down. Darlene says, you might not want pics. Just saying. That is exactly it. Oh, Rick, that's a good point. I guess I maybe didn't need to flip my March calendar over because all the days are the same until the end of the month. That's a good point. But, hey, At least I did flip it on the right time, and I'm kind of gonna give myself a gold star for that. And Anne suggests you can just drop in for 15 minutes and duck out. It's basically kind of the plan of action. We're gonna see, and I'll tell you right now, if they've got the guitar out already, like honestly, I might stand at the door for a minute to hear if they've got the guitar out, because once the guitar's out and they're all singing songs that I don't know, I don't care to know, I just don't. Yeah, I mean, actually, I do know some of the songs, but I don't want to do a sing-along to Carole King. it's not my thing. So yeah, if the guitar is out by the time I get there, I might not even go in. That's how that works. Elaine, lips will look like the Joker, huh? Yeah, well, I mean, I think we've all seen it, right? In fact, that reminds me, there was this one, I don't know if you guys watched this television show, Parks and Recreation. It was on a long, long time ago, but it was a pretty popular show. And there was one episode where two of the main characters got super drunk on red wine, and my favorite detail of that episode was the purple that they did to the lips. It was just like, I've seen this purple lip so many times, and I love the fact that they really do show, like, after you've spent an entire night drinking red wine, you can't lie and say you haven't. And so there you go. And Rick, what's wrong with the hippie song sing-along? Well, nothing. It's just that all of the hippie songs that they want to sing aren't songs that I A, know, or B, like, if I do know them. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to whip out the longest version of American Pie, I will sing along every word, every verse, and I will sing along poorly, but whatever, I will. There's some songs, there's some performers that I don't have a problem with. But the fact of the matter is, I don't really, and I know that I'm about to step into it here, but honestly, I don't like a lot of chick singers. I just don't. I don't mind them when they've got growly voices from the diaphragm, but a lot of the head register girl vocals, I don't like it. And my boss, her favorite kind of music is exactly the kind of music I don't like. Like, I don't like the singers that she likes. And so, and so I don't, yeah. All right, Andre, good to see you. See you later. Looks like your stop is coming up. And Rick, soapbox time, right. And where Annie DeFranco, she's meh. I don't like her. I don't dislike her, but I just, meh. It's just not, just not my thing. And it's not that, it's not that I understand that, that there's plenty talent. I understand the talent that goes behind these voices, but I just, when they hit my ear, it's not what hits my ear. And Kenny from the Cove, what about Joan Jett? Well, she would be an example of a female singer who I actually don't mind, because it's more guttural. It's the lower register. It's from the diaphragm. It's not the head voice register. It's the head voice register that kind of drives me nuts. And it's just the way it is. And most, like Whitney Houston has an amazing voice. I don't want to listen to it, but she has an amazing voice. That's sort of how I feel about it. That's all. And everyone has a different taste. Now, here's something that is probably going to, make everyone decide that I am, and Darlene, yeah, it does, but it does matter, the songs and the people singing them. It does, yeah. And everyone has different appreciations for different styles of music. I'm a huge fan of guitar music. And guess what? I can't stand Stevie Ray Vaughan. Can't stand him. The tone that he chooses to use for his guitar drives my ear nuts. I can't stand him. I have literally come out of my office when my boss was playing a Stevie Ray Vaughan song once, and I didn't know the song. I'd never heard the song, and I didn't know that she was playing Stevie Ray Vaughan. What I did know was that guitar tone was driving me nuts, and it sure reminded me of Stevie Ray Vaughan. So I came out of my office and I said, "Hey, is that Stevie Ray Vaughan?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, totally." And it was like, yeah. I went back into my office and shut the door. So even when I, don't know it's him, apparently my ear does, and I don't like him. And I know that I have just lost like all of my viewers, and I'm probably going to get canceled. So I'm sure the next headline on social media is going to be that Mad Statter needs to, die and get barred from every social media platform because she dared to admit that Stevie Ray Vaughan's just not her cup of tea. But hey, if I was in Austin, I wouldn't say this. Because if I was in Austin, I would be dead by now for saying what I just said. And I recognize that Stevie Ray Vaughan is a god to a lot of people. So I generally keep my opinions about Stevie Ray Vaughan to myself. But, Darlene, you try to get along with a lot of people and situations when forced into going to a work party, but doesn't mean that you enjoyed being there. Well, exactly. And see, the thing is it's more than it's not just a work party. Like, it's being hosted by her brother, who lives in my neighborhood just down the block from me. It's a very small community, oddly enough. So it's going to be a lot of family that I actually don't know, and it's going to be work. It's just, I just don't know. So let's see here. PJ Harvey, honestly, I don't even know. I can't even think of a song that she does. So I can tell you that I like PJ Harvey enough that she doesn't piss me off. No, I can't. I can't even think of a PJ Harvey song. Let's see here. Picola T, Joe Bonamassa. I don't actually know who that. Well, I don't like to say this out loud. I don't know who Joe Bonamassa is, so I can't answer that question. So wait, let me see if it got. No. Yeah, no, actually, I don't know what that person is or who that person. What that person is a person, probably, but I don't know who that person is what I meant to say. Sorry about that. Joe, I didn't mean to refer to you as a what. I know you're a who. I just don't know who. You are who. And let's see here. Darlene, now friends party, neighborhood type parties, that's different. A Hammajang or Chatter or Lolo crew party, then I'm there with bells on. Oh, tell me about that. So Picola T, he's only the best guitarist ever to some people. Joe, I don't know. Who are you talking about, dude? I have to write this down, clearly. I mean, I know now Kenny from the Cove says he prefers Joe Satriani to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Joe Satriani is not my, I don't really like him, but if I had to choose between Stevie Ray Vaughan or Joe Satriani, I would pick Joe Satriani in a heartbeat, and I would pick that other dude too. Oh, he worked for Frank Zappa, and he worked with David Lee Roth, and he, yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't remember anymore. I mean, I remember, I can see. Steve Vai. I like Steve Vai better than Satriani, frankly. So, all right, now, who are we looking at? Oh, Bonamassa. Oh, he's a blues master. Oh, well, that's funny. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of blues guitar players, which shouldn't really shock you because what is Stevie Ray Vaughan? Well, he generally is a little bit of he's generally a little bit of a blues guitar player. Yeah, blues is just really not my shtick, which is so strange considering that blues is the foundation for rock and roll, and I have been known to like a rock band or two, but I'm not consistent. I'm not logical. I can't explain it. As all y'all said, everyone's got their own tastes. It's all good. It's all good. At least that's what I tell myself when I, say controversial things like, I don't like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've literally had people say, I can't be your friend anymore when I said that. I mean, they were half joking. They were half joking. So there you go. Let's see here. Picola T, your musical taste is all over the place, like Sybil. Exactly. There you go. There you go. So, okay, gosh, you guys, everybody else knows who Joe Bonamassa is. He's a blues. I feel like, maybe it's just because I've said his name a whole bunch, but suddenly it's like, well, I feel like I've heard of him. Yeah, only because you just said his name 17 times in a row. I'm really going to have to look up this Joe Bonamassa, see what's going on there. So, let's see here. All right. I'm going to do something that I maybe shouldn't do. And apologies for the bright white that's probably on my face right now. But I am looking for a picture. And, oh no. Here we go. I want to show you a little video. Maybe we can show a video. Okay. I've got a video queued up that I meant to download earlier, and it's of the river. But Kenny from the Cove is talking about some pretty important things, which is, speaking of guitarists, the Journey guitar player Neil Schon got his start as a teenager with Santana, which is probably why Neil Schon is super awesome. And I dare say he's one of the more underrated guitar players of that era. Like, you don't hear his name thrown down nearly as often as I feel you should. So, yeah, Neil Schon is definitely, I didn't know that he got his start with Santana, but that doesn't surprise me at all. Because his chops are worthy, are Santana worthy. Now, see, Santana, I don't know why I like his stuff. His tone is better than Stevie Ray Vaughan's, partially, in my opinion, obviously. And so Darlene's saying, I like a pretty wide variety of music, even some classical and opera, but you were raised with some opera and classical, but was a free spirit in the late 60s and 70s, so rock and other vibes too. Yes, there you go. That makes sense. That makes sense. So let's see. All right, let's see if I can... Okay, we're going to do a whole bunch of things here that I may or may not be successful at. Oh, Smokestack Lightning. I feel like I've heard of that. I don't, and it's, I guess Howlin' Wolf is who does that. I don't know. I don't know who that person is off the top of my head, but I do know that that I sure have heard of it. And oh no, maybe I don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Oh no. All right, I'm trying to get to... All right. I'm trying to do something, and I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying to do something while I'm here online with you guys. There we go. Okay, so... all right, I'm almost here. Thank you guys for your patience. You guys are watching me do something that is kind of intimidating for me, which is fiddling with stuff while I'm on stream. Let's see here. So Pacola T, you grew up liking R&B and rock, was a disco queen a little while, ventured into country, now like jazz and big band. Yeah, I've been all over the place. Well, you know, you can't help it. I mean, every different era in your life sort of requires different musical stuffuses. I mean, first off, when you're a kid, you know, you don't get to choose what's playing on the radio, right? I mean, when it comes to, there's a reason why I love classic country, because I grew up on classic country music, you know, from like 1987 and before is my country, you know, vibe. After, you know, like... Okay, this is embarrassing, but like Garth Brooks, that's a little too new for me, you know? So, you know, that's my era is prior to Garth Brooks. And you wouldn't necessarily think that by looking at me, but throw down, you know, if you've got some steel guitar, well, then I am absolutely loving it, unless your name is Stevie Ray Vaughan, in which case I'm not, but, but yeah, you know, that's just how that works. Your parents get to dictate what you listen to at the beginning, and so you might be all about the opera or the jazz or the big band or whatever. My mom was a huge big band fan, and so, you know, some of the songs that I may not know what the song is, but I know the tune of it and I know the words because I heard it a quadrillion times. And let's see here, Hanware, you have amazing taste in music and also terrible taste in music. We all have music we won't admit to liking. Shh. Kenny from the Cove, can I handle some George Strait or Junior Brown? Oh yeah, Junior Brown's awesome. I've seen Junior Brown live. I love Junior Brown. And George Strait, no, I don't mind George Strait. In fact, actually, I think it's a George Strait song that's one of my favorites, which is, isn't All My Exes Live in Texas? Isn't that a George Strait song? Because All My Exes Live in Texas. I love that song. That's hysterical. It's cute. It's lovely. It's wonderful. Oh, and it looks like we've got some raiders coming in from Terry in Scotland and his drive-in bus. Awesome, C Honda. Good to see you. Carlin, Arkansas. Good to see you. Pinnell, how's it? And then I'm not sure if Photo Luke is coming in or if he's just saying hello, because I know that Photo Luke oftentimes is with Terry, but he was here earlier. He might have been double dipping, and that's okay. I've been known to do it too. So welcome in Raiders, Terry in Scotland and crew. Andre, yeah, old country, Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, exactly. That is some good stuff. That is the good stuff. All right, so let's see. Did I miss anyone else? We've got C Honda, Pinnell. Oh, I did miss someone. Hey, I Roots, how you doing? We are talking about music, and I made a confession that I'm not going to confess again, but there's this one guitar player that I don't like, that everybody else does. And now we're talking about all the musics that we do and don't like. And what I'm also about to do, yes, there we go, Rick, much better way to put this. We're chatting about blues guitarists. That is exactly what we're doing. And I'm kind of changing the subject a little bit back to the original question in regards to, are you getting flooded? And I showed a video that showed why I wasn't getting flooded, but I want to show you guys this. This is a video. Oh, hey, Terry in Scotland. Thank you so much for resubscribing for your 5-month streak there. That is wonderful. Okay, guys. So we're going to do this, and we're going to show you, I'm going to show you some things and stuff. No. I want to make it big. There we go. So this video was, let's play it one more time. This video was literally taken like 3 hours ago. It's at the Tumwater Falls. It's at the brewery park at Tumwater Falls. And that building that you see on the far left, that you actually can't really see it, but there's an edge of a building behind a tree on the very far left of the screen, and that is the old Olympia brewery. And so one more time, we're going to watch this little video, and that is what the river's looking like coming straight into downtown Olympia. And then that river flows into the Capitol Lake. And here we go. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so that river flows into Capitol Lake, which is right before it hits Puget Sound. It's sort of a dammed off little fake lake. And so my best guess is that downtown Olympia right now is pretty flooded. I mean, maybe not everywhere, but yeah, I would say that the waterfront area of Olympia right now is, I would say that there's plenty of businesses that have sandbags on at their doors right now. So Cindy Krause, it looks like some trees need to get taken out of the river. No, that's actually illegal. You can't do that. So no, you can't do that. And the obviously not during this water level, but those trees and things create little tide pools and spawning areas for the salmon. So all of those trees and debris are actually, you're not allowed. Only the river is allowed to remove its own debris for the most part. And I mean, okay, perhaps in... Okay, so, I mean, I guess let me rephrase this. Since that is a city park, the city might have legal rights to do things to the river that homeowners don't have. But I know that if you own property along a river in Washington, you are forbidden to remove any log or debris. Like, it just needs to, the river needs to clean itself. The river needs to create itself. The river needs to do what the river needs to do, and you don't get to help it along. So, yeah, Picola tea, exactly. It's the water and a lot more, and a lot of water. Yep, there you go. And, oh no, wait, hold on. What's going on with C Honda? Why? Let's see here. What? C Honda? What's with C Honda? Does she not have her car? I must have missed something. So, yeah, Darlene is saying, hope that to C Honda, I hope you got your car back now. What's going on with your car, C Honda? Because, you know, did Terry run over your car with the party bus? Terry, you're only supposed to run over guardrails, street signs, and occasionally Andy. But you need to leave C Honda's car alone. Please don't run over C Honda's car. That's not good. So let's see here. After 2 hours on the party bus, you may need to check your sanity level, says Terry, which is probably why you guys came over here for a break. You gotta check your sanity level against someone named Mad Statter. That way you'll all know. Oh yeah, dude, we're fine. My sanity level is great. Look at her. Yeah. It was an accident. Okay, Terry, it was an accident. Oh, see, Honda, you got your car back yesterday and put a cage on the catalytic converter today. Did you? Oh. All right, before I ask my question, Hey, Poppy Shaney, good to see you. So glad that that you were able to stop by. And let's see here. So, see, Honda, did you get your catalytic converter stolen? Did someone steal your flippin' flirpin' catalytic converter? Because I have a feeling that that's what happened to you, and I am so flippin' sorry. That is such a pain in the arse. So frustrating. That is like this stupid car theft trend is just hitting everywhere. Oh, God dang it, dude. Yeah, that, let's see here. Okay, so yeah, okay, Darlene, for a while she didn't have her for catalytic converter. Yeah, it's all coming back now. I think, yeah, we talked about the catalytic converters being stolen. I forgot that it hit one of our own, and, yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, when you go to a pawn shop, you know, and you want to sell something, you have to show your ID. There's paperwork involved, right? You know, like, why don't they do that? Like, just make it more difficult, I guess. Like, paperwork involved. And I know I'm not the first one to think of this, right? Right. But still. And yeah, Photoluke, exactly. Some loser, you put a curse on that person. And chances are it was probably a dude, but yeah, you're right. We don't know it was a dude, so we'll say them. But we're putting a little curse. That's right. That's my magic cursing fingers. So, I support Photoluke's cursing. Carl in Arkansas. If you was in Arkansas, you could just have gone without it. Arkansas hasn't had inspections in over 20 years. Oh, dude, no, but I don't think you can just go without. I mean, I think it kind of screws up your car, doesn't it? I mean, I know that, okay, I know enough to know that I do not know, but I was always told that, that to drive it very far without your converter is actually going to be damaging to your car. Okay, so in newer cars, gotcha. Okay, and yeah, see, Honda, they need to make it illegal to buy those converters. Yeah, I guess, I mean, from my understanding, there's supposed to be a legitimate market for that type of thing, but, okay, you know, it's like, if it is going to be a legitimate transaction, then basically treat it like a pawn shop, where the pawn shop personnel, as far as they're concerned, everything that comes in here has been stolen. So you're gonna have to show me your paperwork to tell me who you are. So if anybody ever comes back and says, hey, you know that thing, who sold it to you, or who'd you buy it from, and there's gonna be proof with your ID and the whole nine, right? I mean, because obviously, I don't know the logic behind pawn shops, but I kind of assume half the reason why they have to fill out all that paperwork is because they assume everything they're buying is stolen. And so, let's see here. Well, yeah, okay. Well, of course, in California, you wouldn't be able to pass the smog test without the converter. But even if you could pass, or even if California had no smog tests, I don't think it would be good for your car to go without it. And so, well, Andre, okay, yeah, who uses pawn shops? You sell stolen on eBay. True, but back in the day, before there was eBay, you know, when pawn shop laws were created, it was the pawn shop, right? And yeah, and they get chopped up, and the metal, they're reclaiming the metal, the precious metals that are inside the converter, because there's like platinum and I want to say palladium, but palladium I think was actually a club, so I don't even know if palladium's an actual metal or if it's just sounds enough like platinum that my brain decided it was a metal as well. But no, apparently there's like precious metals in them. Some of them have more precious metals than others or something. Terry in Scotland, the catalytic converter fell off the party bus the other day, and the muffler. So, you know, the old the old mafia saying. It's like, where'd you get that refrigerator? Oh, it fell off the truck. It's like, where'd you get that catalytic converter? Oh, it fell off the bus. Okay, I amuse myself. What can I say? And, Carl in Arkansas. I'm not just making stuff up. I mean, I am. But as it turns out, the stuff I'm making up is vaguely right. It's platinum, palladium, and rhodium. Okay, rhodium. Here we go. Never heard of that. So after it gets chopped up, the metal then would not be identifiable as stolen. Maybe they're melting the platinum down and making them into bars. Yeah, I don't really know, but I don't have the solution. But I just feel like the people who are buying them need to be prosecuted just as much as the people who are stealing them. Because, it's sort of like the way, and I know I'm going to be prelled for this topic, but like, I never really understood why when immigration comes in and like does a sweep, all the people who are here working illegally are the ones who get in trouble. I mean, it's like, what about the people who hired them? Like, shouldn't they get in trouble too? You're the one who hired them. You're the one giving them money to illegally work for you. And yes, I know sometimes there's fake paperwork, in which case I guess they're okay. I've actually fallen for it before, so you didn't know. But plenty other times they do know. They do know. And it's like, well, okay, the workers are doing something wrong too, but the guy who hired him did something wrong too. Why are the workers getting in more trouble? Yeah, that's just how that works. And, whoa, what, Rick? You're joking. Anybody need a 69 Corvette restored with only 14,000 miles on it? Are you pulling my leg? And how much do you want for it? I mean, I don't want it. But 14,000 miles on a 69 Corvette? I feel like there's a scam, or you're just pulling my leg. Let's see here. Darlene coming in with the reality of it all. Whatever. It's a real pain for those who get it stolen off their car and now have to get a new one installed. Hope the insurance covers the extra cash to get the cages and put up on the converter. Oh my God, Darlene. Totally. Like, that is a real, I don't know if they do cover that cage, but to me it seems like I would definitely push my insurance company to cover it, because it's like, well, you already had to pay for the replacement, so how about we just do some preventative maintenance here? Right? So yeah, that's a really good, and I have no idea whether or not insurance covers that. And I wouldn't be surprised if some insurance policies do and some will not. But that's actually a really good idea. I think, I hope that C Honda, you put your little foot down and say, or put your big foot down. I don't know what size foot you wear. Mine's a big one. So put your big foot down and say, hey, insurance company, throw in some money for that cage. I'm helping you out with that, right? There you have it. And, okay, so C Honda says your insurance did cover it, but not the cages. I think insurance will need to press pressure changes. I don't know. Oh, you mean, for how the black market gets dealt with the catalytic converters? I don't know if that's what you meant, but I'm going to assume that's what you meant, and I'm going to agree with you. Because, yeah, it's going to take an industry, a powerful industry, not just a whole bunch of crime victims like you were. It's going to take the industry that pays the crime victims. It's going to take their clout and power. The insurance industry is basically the one who it's kind of like the ball's in your court, because you're the only one who's got the power to get the laws changed to somehow fix this problem. So yeah, that's a really good, it's a good point. We can sit here and complain all we want, but it's not until the insurance companies get involved that anything's gonna happen. And yeah, Andre, you know a guy that got his CC stolen twice. Precisely. And that's actually kind of my point for why I think insurance companies should cover the cost of the cages, because there are some vehicles that stealing that converter is remarkably easy. And I can only assume that whatever make and model your buddy had who got his CC stolen twice happens to have one of those models where vroom, it's real easy. It's easy to slide under. It's a 2-minute job. It's an easy access, 3 bolts and we're done type of thing. And so, of course, those models, makes and models, are going to get targeted. You could probably, every week get a new one if you're parked in the wrong spot and don't have a cage. And $2,000 a shot for a converter? Jeez Louise, dude, I could buy a car for $2,000. I mean, not a good car, but I could buy a car. And so we're circling back here. Darlene is backing up what Rick said, and Rick did affirm earlier, I did see that it's extended family. He's not pulling anybody's leg. 69 Corvette, completely restored with original 14,000 miles on it. Wow. I feel like I feel like somebody would want that. I wish I could lead you to the buyer, but I mean, I would like that, but I don't know. I don't have the money. I don't have the place to store it. So, it's not for me. But 30,000, I obviously know very little about anything, but I feel like 30,000 is a reasonable price. Now, this is the most important question, Rick. Darlene, you can answer if you want, because you might know. In fact, you might have a better answer. What color is it? What color is the Corvette? What color is it? Yeah. And Terry, you might have to install a cage on the bus for some of the passengers. That's actually not a bad idea. You need to have a cage in the back of the bus for when people act up. Yep. Throw you in the party bus cage. Is it a threat? Is it a promise? It's hard to say. But we got ourselves a party bus cage in the back. So, screw around. Find out if it's a threat or a promise to get locked in there. And so let's see here. Families looking into things to sell. It's a real gem looking. And yeah, what was it? Somebody was saying something about the auction. Oh, Poppy Shaney, there you go. Has the seller looked at an auction service like Meekums? Yeah. Yeah, and actually, not even necessarily an auction service. It's gunmetal gray. Oh my God, dude. And Darlene says, it's a beautiful, shiny, silvery grayish, but not gray, more blue tone. Oh, that sounds lovely. But it's not for me. So, I mean, I can't, so it's just not going, but oh, that sounds lovely. But I do know that when it comes to cars like that, there's, people are willing to travel all over the country to find a car that, if they've got in their mind, I need a blah, blah, blah. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a ton of online listing services for classic cars, to help get the word out. But that does require a little bit more effort than saying, than just giving it off to like that auction service and then having them deal with it. And then you get the money and then just, pay them some fees. But I'm pretty sure that there's a host of ways to get rid of that vehicle and get good money for it. And so I hope that happens, and I hope that it happens easily for the family, because obviously it sounds like someone passed away, and so they're obviously dealing with that stress and trauma, and not to be snide, but kind of a hassle. I mean, planning funerals and things and the logistics and whatever, there's a lot on a family's plate when one of their members dies. I think we can all agree on that. And so having to sell the flippin' car is just one more thing, one more stress. And even though you might get more money selling it your own, sometimes it's just easier to just say, hey, auction place, I'll pay you to get rid of this. Or, I'll pay you to help me get rid of this because we want good money, but, but we don't feel like dealing with the hassle. So let's see. Yeah, right. Yeah. See, yeah, Darlene. Oh God. Yeah. Family's grieving and trying now to sell the car, a truck, and a Harley cycle. Oh God. Now, obviously, I know nothing of their circumstances, and obviously there's maybe a reason why they're trying to sell it now. But gosh, if they can just put that off for a minute and deal with the stuff. But if you need money, and funerals cost money, sometimes it's just like, well, we've got these assets. Maybe we should liquidate them sooner rather than later. But I hope that that's not the circumstances for the family. I hope that they can maybe put those to-do lists a little further down or put those items a little further down on the to-do list and focus on the immediate. So, but I don't know what kind of Harley they've got. That car, though, I don't think that'll be hard to get rid of the car. What'll be hard is maybe getting the top dollar that you want for it, but pretty sure getting rid of that car won't be that difficult. So let's see here. Oh, okay, cool. So Rick, it's not a money issue, just surplus stuff from a single guy. Well, okay, that's a hassle. Obviously, surplus stuff from anybody. So that's a hassle. But I'm so glad that it's not like, oh, dude, we need to scrap and scrimp and save and hustle and, swindle and whatever to get some cash flow for the situation. So that's good. I hope that they prioritize their other stuff over getting rid of those vehicles. So let's see here. It looks like, oh, you guys are talking about King Taco on 3rd in East LA. That sounds like it'd be really good. I had a taco the other day, and it was a different taco. It was not the burrito that was the problem. The burrito was a problem, but I had a taco, and it was actually from Taco Bell. And I have to say, I was so hungry that Taco Bell taco actually tasted good. I mean, it was so... You know how when you're really hungry, even just the junkiest of junk foods sometimes actually somehow become palatable and good? Yeah, I can honestly say I was so hungry that Taco Bell taco, yeah, it was good. I don't normally say that about a Taco Bell taco, but it was good. I was hungry, obviously. And so C Honda's telling Poppy, I'm not too afraid there, as long as it's not dark. Yeah, no, Carlin, Arkansas, Taco Bell tacos are junk. They are. I absolutely not even gonna lie. That's what I'm saying is I was so hungry that even that most horrible awfulness was actually tasty. And so, okay, so let's see here. Terry in Scotland coming down with the taco truth. Founded in 1974, King Taco began its operation from a converted ice cream truck. On a summer night in 74, Don Raul and Dona Lupe stationed their taco truck next to an East LA bar where they became popularly known. Today, the Mexican fast food has expanded to 22 locations. Oh my God, dude, talk about the American flippin' dream right there. 22 locations, King Taco serves a wide variety of authentic Mexican foods and has been recognized by prominent food critics. King Taco is one of the few surviving original Los Angeles restaurants. That is awesome. I want to go to King Taco now. And, yeah, I want to go. Okay, so Poppy Shaney, let's see here. If you swing north and pick me up, I'm real close to SeaTac, so I can hop on the plane in SeaTac. and then you like swing back south. We can pick up a couple other people, make a big loop, and then we'll all go to King Taco. That's what we're gonna do. So let's see here. Darlene, maybe you just got a bad burrito, or did I have a little bug and it just didn't sit right on my tummy? No, I really do think it was something in the burrito. Because first off, it didn't sit in my tummy. It like went in my tummy, and then it was within 3 minutes of the first bite. It was a case of, oh no. But then later on, because I was really hungry, I was like, maybe. And so I took just like a tiny little bit of the meat and the tortilla, and I nibbled on it, and my mouth got numb. So I think there was something in the burrito. I think it was a bad burrito. And Carl in Arkansas, do they even use real meat at Taco Bell? Well, Taco Bell would say they do, but from my understanding, it like comes in a tube. Whereas there's a local taco place in Seattle called Taco Time, and they actually like cook their meat. Like I know a manager of one, and she's just like, and she's worked at both Taco Bell and Taco Time. She's just like, yeah, Taco Bell, the meat comes from a tube. Here at Taco Time, we actually cook the meat from, we have raw meat. We have it on the stove, on the grill. We cook the raw meat until it's cooked, and then that's our meat. It's actually meat. Let's see here. Yeah, and where exactly? There's a reason why it's called Taco Hell. Precisely. And then, Poppy Shaney, you're talking about a full-on California experience. First, you go lunch, East LA, Taco King, and then dinner for In-N-Out. I love it. No, Carl in Arkansas, it didn't really take the express train out. It reversed itself and decided, I don't want to go through this ride. It was literally a boom, boom. It was like a bouncy house. You bounce in and you bounce out. So, Darlene, food poisoning? I don't know. Honestly, with the numbness, I feel as though some sort of disinfectant cleaner or something wasn't properly rinsed off of a utensil or something. I mean, I don't know, but it was weird to have that numbness on my mouth. I just did not feel comfortable with that. And that was actually why I really, because I really don't like throwing away food. It was like, really, is that going to make me sick? And then I took the little nibble, and it was like, I don't know if it's going to make me sick, but I'm not comfortable with putting whatever this is in my mouth. So, boop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And where I had serious food poisoning once too from McDonald's, and I kid you not, it was very bizarre. Like literally 6 hours, you could have flippin' set your watch to it. 6 hours after I ingested the food, suddenly I was like, oh, I don't feel right. And I was in the middle of a Tai Chi class across town. Of course, I had ridden my bike that day to Tai Chi. So, I was like, oh, I don't feel good. And so Terry in Scotland, maybe the guy who licked that spoon had been to the dentist that day or doing a bunch of cocaine or something, right? And the numbing agent got, anyway. But yeah, so the food poisoning, dude, so 6 hours, I start feeling crummy. After about 5 or 10 minutes of feeling crummy at Tai Chi class, I realize, oh, I really need to go now. I need to start, because Tai Chi class still had another like half an hour to go, but I was like, oh, no, gotta do that. I gotta go. So got about halfway home before I had to get off my bike, and I was in somebody's front yard on my hands and knees behind one of their bushes, just emptying out my gut, right? And it took me probably like, I don't know, an hour and a half to ride my bike home, which normally it would have been a 20-minute bike ride, but I was so exhausted and weak and just sick. I couldn't really pedal much without, oh God, It was awful. And it lasted probably about 36 hours. And the thing is whatever it was that I ate, you know, like I could literally feel it going through my system. And when it was finally, like when the final problem disappeared, I knew it was gone. Like I could feel it leave my body. Like it was just like whatever the toxic, you know, whatever trace of toxicity of whatever, like that last visit to the restroom got it taken care of. It was so bizarre how I could just feel the sickness working its way through my body. And it was awful. I mean, it was some of the sickest I've ever been in my life. I can see how if you're weakened already with, you know, a weak constitution or whatever, you know, and you're not already properly hydrated and not already healthy, I can see how food poisoning could kill you. I mean, it just, yeah. And I know, right, Poppy Shaney, what a horrible, horrible story. I know, I'm telling this story, and I'm like, why are you telling this story? This is just horrible. It's disgusting. So, yeah. And no, it was not a gray sponge burger. I've never had that problem at Burger King, actually. It was a McDonald's burger. It was not the gray sponge burger. And let's see here. And it looks like Poppy Shaney back in the day when he was a little rocker dude who's all over the rock and roll scene, at least I'm guessing, because he was 17. And alcohol poisoning, ended up in the hospital. I've had more than one friend who's had that happen. Yes, sirree. And exactly, Terry in Scotland, when the toxin crossed the final frontier. That was precisely it. And yeah, exactly. And food poisoning, it's as slow as, you know, it's as slow as your body is. It's just going to work its way through until it gets all the way through. Oh my God, Poppy Shaney, you were in the hospital for 3 days? Dude, what did you drink? I mean, like, wow, man, that was, yeah, no doubt. That was, you must have needed to go to the hospital. I'm glad that you were in a circumstance. I don't know who you were with, but I'm glad that they had the wherewithal to just be like, we're underage kids drinking, but we need to go tell an adult that we've been drinking, or however it ended up working, right? And yeah, exactly, Cindy Krause, this is, this is a typical conversation on Chatter with Statter now, isn't it? I know, Rick, exactly. There goes Mickey D's as a show sponsor. I'm just ruining all of my chances to get the big bucks from the burger chains. That is true. Let's see here. Oh no, Picola T, you had serious food poisoning after dinner in a Malta restaurant. Alone and sick 2 days in your resort hotel. Oh no, occasionally raising your head to look at the ocean. Oh, pretty hard explaining to room service to bring me Gatorade when you don't speak Maltese. I don't even know where Malta is. I didn't even know that they spoke Maltese. I thought Maltese was a kind of falcon. Oh no. That's just awful. Oh, Andre, thank you so much for supporting this conversation with your biddies. I'm not sure it's a conversation we should be having again and again, but you know, hey, we have to talk crap every once in a while, right? Photo Luke, you thought a Maltese was a dog. Right, exactly. And Andre's coming in with the reality. Malta is in the middle of the Mediterranean. Oh no, you traveled so far, Picola T, and you had to be sick for so long. Oh no. And Poppy Shaney, oh, of course. Mad Statter, he says, a very long story. It is still recounted today by our circle of friends. Do you remember that time that Shaney? Yeah, I bet. And they probably all point and laugh at you now. It's like, I could have died, guys. It's not funny. So, okay, so Malta sits between Sicily and the North African coast. Okay. And Cindy, you wonder if anyone has gotten food poisoning from a moist grape patty? It's quite possible. I mean, they've been around long enough, right? Don't you think? So yeah, all right. So, oh my gosh, we are this wonderful and delightful topic has has run us over by 15 flippin' minutes. I'm so glad that we decided to, go that extra mile talking about some of the worst times of our lives. And, Andre is saying vegan food poisoning is a new STRS. I don't know what STRS means, but I do know that you can totally get food poisoning as a vegan. In fact, vegetables, rice and pasta have some seriously deadly consequences. I mean, I understand that they're supposed to be, especially the vegetables, are supposed to be good for us, but when it comes to food safety, it's all, I don't know. I kind of feel like meat is sometimes safer to eat than an unwashed green. So, and your parents still like to just say tequila to make you queasy. Oh, I did not have alcohol poisoning because of tequila, but tequila definitely is not something that my body is open to very often. So yeah, I can appreciate that. You went, you exactly. As Cindy says, oh, you tangled with the tequila. Yep, the tequila. That's exactly it. Yeah, Andre, exactly. That guy lost limbs from eating leftover rice and noodles. Yeah, and somebody else, in that, I think we must have read the same article. Somebody else in that article apparently died in their sleep after eating some leftover noodles that had whatever toxin builds up in non-refrigerated carbohydrate heavy things. Killed him in his sleep. And Andre, gin still makes you a little sick just thinking about it. Yeah, I can't really do gin either because I'm only assuming that there's a reason why you can't do gin. The reason why I can't do gin is because, you know why. One of the first liquors that I ever used to steal from my parents and got drunk off of it. And I'll tell you what, man, never again will I drink a lot of gin. Nope. And yeah, exactly. And tequila is now that demon liquor. Yep. Kenny from the Cove, your last severe hangover was a tequila hangover. Yep. Cindy, it's sake that kicked Eurocole once. Yeah, I honestly, the last sake, I don't know if it was because I was mixing stuff, but by the time we got around to the sake, that sake can definitely pack a punch. And you swore off tequila and you haven't had it for 25 plus years. Yeah, not at all surprised. Yep. There you have it. Everyone's in agreement. Yep, learn that lesson on tequila. Tequila is not anybody's friend in the Chatterbox crew at all. And so let's see here. You got pushed up to first. Oh, Andre, you got pushed up to first class and you were 18, not legal in your own state, but in the air it's okay. Oh, and you got really sick. Well, dude, I mean, you might know this, but you probably didn't at the time. Getting drunk in the air is a completely different experience, and it hits you way harder, way faster. So I'm not at all surprised that you got the you just got the 1-2 punch of, I'm a newbie lightweight, and I'm up in the air. Now I'm throwing up, or whatever. And where exactly you fought tequila and the tequila won. You fought tequila and the tequila won. Oh God. Dry heaves on a flight, no fun. Dry heaves anywhere is just no fun, especially especially on a flight. Totally. All right, cool, excellent. Well, Elaine, I think, is the one who was saying, yes, mahalo for the great chatting, Molly. So Elaine, thank you for stopping by. We are going to wind this up because I could keep talking and talking and talking. And the reason why I could keep talking and talking and talking is because I don't want to go to the party. And once this stream is over, I have to go. But I'm going to have to wind this up because apparently I have to go to a party. So, as you can see, I'm really in the partying mood. But actually, hanging out with you guys did put me in a little bit more of a social mindset. So maybe we'll go. Maybe we will end up going. That's right. Yes. And so, Andre, thank you so much for the 300 biddies, etc., and all the other biddies. And thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Terry, for coming over with the raid. Thank you for all the great chatter, you Statterbox crew. And, Cindy, you might not have been here. My boss is turning 70 today, and it's her birthday because she's turning 70 today from the Department of Redundancy Department. And her brother lives like 2 blocks from my house, and her brother is having a party for her right now. Started at 4 p.m. I'm expected to show up when this stream is over. But as I said, the party started like 3 hours ago. Do I really? Well, anyway, Kenny's telling me to have courage, Camille. I got this. So I'm going to have to go. Because if I don't go to the party, I'm going to have to explain to all you guys why I didn't go. Fine. I guess I'll go. Andre, what kind of party starts at 4? The kind of party where 70-year-old wine drinkers are turning 70 starts at 4. There you go. So yeah, I gotta go a couple blocks, and I'll just show face. I think I will just show face is what's gonna go on. And like I said, if I hear, and as I said earlier, for those who weren't here, I did make it clear, if I hear that they've got the guitar out and they're already singing, I am not gonna go through that flipping front door. I'm already telling you that right now. So if they are already having the guitar out, playing guitar and singing, I will record it. So I will have proof for you guys why I didn't go. It won't just be an excuse. Yeah. So Kenny from the Cove, you could tell them that you were my party date and that you stood me up and you were too heartbroken to go. Don't give me good excuses. Don't give me good excuses, because I just might take you up on that offer. All right. Enough procrastinating. Let's wind this up. I have been hesitating, looking at my front door, hesitating for too long now. So I hope to see you guys on Saturday. Well, actually, I hope to see you guys tomorrow on Andy Boomatai's show at 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, and 8 p.m. on the East Coast. You know where. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But if I can't see you then I hope to see you on Saturday, where we're going to show Napoleon Dynamite at Statterbox at the Cinema. And if I don't see you then, hope to see you next Sunday, 5 p.m. here on Twitch. And we will have, well, who knows what we'll be chatting about, but we'll have something to chat about. So have yourself a great evening. Thank you guys for showing up, and I will see you soon, I'm sure. Take care. Bye.